Hello and welcome to the first installment of Live Free and Drive. I live here in rural central New Hampshire, and this is my 2017 Smart fortwo EQ. I have had this vehicle for about 2 months now. I've gone about 2,500 miles on this car, and I bloody love this thing. It is just it's a fantastic daily commuter for me. It's 30 miles each way for my work. I get home from work with roughly 40% of the battery left every day, and that's seemingly regardless of mornings I've had to use the defroster because it always fogs up. If you're looking, you have seen many of these cars, and you know there's nothing under the hood to see. There's not a ton of cargo space, but we will go over some of those things right now just the same, because things that when I was looking, now the Smart, obviously, you know, a very small, but if you use reusable grocery bags, this will easily fit 3 bags in a 12 pack. I only buy 8 packs, but 12 packs of soda and 3, which for just me, that is perfect, because that's all I ever bring to the grocery store. That is where the charging cable goes. Nothing under the hood to see, but this is the Passion version. You know, the Prime is slightly nicer, but it really was not worth the little extra to me. I don't know what to say too much other than, and as you can see, I don't know if can we see that? Let's squeeze in. And there. Let's put the key in. Okay. All right there. It says I can go 91 miles, which is about what it usually says for me in the morning, is the 91 miles. Now, one of my, in the colder weather where you see it says pre-entry climate control and charge, when you arrive at the end of the day, you hit OK, and it asks you the time, which for me it's 4:30 or earlier. And it will preheat or pre-cool the car while the car is still plugged in, which is fantastic on the cooler mornings. And there have been a couple this year here in New Hampshire. We will go back. Yeah, it's got 95% battery. I used it a little bit on the weekend. I typically only use the 6 amp charging, which by the time the weekend is over, this little car will be charged all the way up. The charger has 4 settings: 6, 8, 10, and 12. After work, it's 10 or 12, which charges it all the way up overnight. And in the morning, and you know, on the weekend, like I said, 6. But I love this car. I have made 2. Well, let's step back. Get this back in here. Now, when I was looking at this car, there was lots of talk about the range of the car, always with the 50 miles and so on and so forth. Well, my back and forth trip to work is 58 miles. Leaves me with 40% battery. Now, yes, if you go on the highway, you are not getting that. That being said, I have gone from my house to my employer's, where I work, and then from my work to my mother's house, which is highway travel, for a grand total of 70 miles, and still had 11% battery left when I got to my mother's house. Now, I'm making the same return trip with more highway and 50 plus mile an hour traveling zones. I went from and in the rain, headlights on, defroster on, wipers going, the whole spiel. 70 on the highway, 55 on the rural routes. I got home with 2% battery, but I did get home, and that was 66 miles. So I have made the trips that I wanted to make so far. There's a couple adventure trips that I'm going to try to do just to see if we can do it. Complaints: the cabin is so small. On cool mornings, I am so warm. I constantly find myself having to run the defroster because I'm fogging up the windows. And I think that is about it for this quick intro to this little car. There are adventures coming. I will shoot some of my actual range that I'm getting so you can see for yourself and go over like where it does great, where it doesn't do great. Obviously that's not the highway, but it's a city car in rural America, and it works fantastic. So that's it for now. There is something I ordered as soon as I got this car that took 2 months to come in, but they are finally in, and when it's installed, I will be back to share that with you.